What's going on, YouTube? BurkCat8 here, and we'll go over that in a second. But video response for 62chunk, fellow Packer backer, green and gold forever, runs through my veins. I'm telling you. All his information will be somewhere down there. This is a video response for his contest that we're doing here. And it's really simple and fun, but it gives me such a broad subjects that I can go on forever. And we're actually, the first subject is what your YouTube name is. I'm actually going to do my Vaughn name too. And secondly, what do you like about card collecting in the YouTube community and everything to do with cards. So let's get into it. BurkCat8, simple, very simple. When I started collecting again, I wanted to make a just a nonsense name. I had a cat named Bert. 8's my lucky number. Had to give the cat away because I wasn't here enough for the cat, and it was a needy attention cat, and I was gone a lot. 6 days a week. I would leave at 5:30 in the morning, come back sometimes 8 o'clock or later at night. I had no time for him. So I gave him to a family friend. I get to see him whenever I want. But that's what, and I'm a cat person. Fitting because I'm a mailman. Hey, I'm not the dog person. That just what it is. The only reason why I'm not a dog person because when I was a kid, I got bit by a dog, and the dog ended up being a rabid dog. So I had to have the shots in the stomach and everything. It was brutal. I never want to deal with a dog again. Being a mailman is tough sometimes for me. But that's what it is. I'm a cat person. I just love their blasé attitudes. Just the way it is. Weird, I know. Guys liking cats. I really don't care about making. I've been weird my whole entire life. It's the way it is. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. If you know who I am personally, I'm a cat person. But anyways, Pretzel 20 is my Vaughn name. That's a little different story. That's more of a funnier story. I was up at NMU, Northern Michigan University Wildcats. Tom Izzo and Steve Mariucci played football there. And I went up there with my best friend at the time. And we roomed together in a dorm. And we're a work study in this building. I was a hall monitor there, so I basically give out tools and information, make sure the place was secure, do the rounds. It was what I did every night, as my work. It was the greatest work study ever. I had my desk. I could study anytime I wanted, and just had to move around every hour, But I had to make sure everything was secure. Well, the doors were on automatic lock. They had a timer lock. So at 10 o'clock exactly, they would lock, and I couldn't get out or in if I had to be outside, because if I was stuck inside, I would have to call public safety and say, I am stuck, and you're going to have to come get me out, because it was public safety dealt with all the automated locks. So I look outside, and it's snowing like crazy, like it always does in in Marquette, Michigan. So I call my roommate. I didn't have a car, so I call my roommate up, ask him to come pick me up. He says, I can't right now, but I'm going to send Len. He's going to take my car, and I'm going to send Len, which is a buddy of ours. He was from Flint. He was a black guy from Flint, and we, first time ever had any other colors that were our friends. We've come from a town, both, me and my best friend, there's just white. So we had made a few friends, and Len was one of them. He was from Flint, from a rough town. Tough learning what he was talking about half the time because they had names for everything and things that I didn't have a clue what he was saying sometimes. But that's the way it was. It was like learning. It was like taking a Spanish class when I was with him because it was like a whole different language. And he felt the same way thing about us because he didn't understand what we were saying because we talked too fast and stuff like that. And we always make fun of each other because of that aspect. I was like, enunciate, Len. And he would never do that. And he'd tell me to slow down. And, that's the way it was. But that's something different. But he come a little bit early to make sure I could get everybody out of the building. So he was just waiting, looking at the bulletin boards, which had, like, books for sale and stuff like that. And roommate wanted stuff like that. and he sees the schedule for the hall monitor, which my full name is on it, and he looks at my last name, and I'm walking towards him about 20 yards away, and he says, Joseph. No one calls me Joseph. And he says, how do you pronounce your last name? No one on YouTube or Vaughn or anybody anywhere has ever tried to pronounce this name. No one's ever made an attempt. So, but it's pronounced. I say to him, it's pronounced Helsowitz. He looked at me like I was crazy. Pretzel sticks, he goes. And I literally was on the floor laughing, just dying. One of those gut-busting laughs. And then he sees me. It was the contagious laugh. He's dying. And I just couldn't even explain myself. Well, by the time I realized, because I had my watch on, I had to be out at a certain time. I usually got out of the building about 2 minutes before it locked down. It was about 45 seconds left when I looked at my watch before this place would lock down or be locked in. And so I'm literally got my bag and I'm just crawling, tears running down my face. One of those laughs that are so contagious that we just couldn't stop. And we finally got out of the building just in time. We get in the car, laughed the whole ride home, and then my best friend in the world at the time, we grew up together, we did everything together, and we knew every little idiosyncrasy that we ever do, and we can make each other laugh at any point, even to this day. What up, Veg? And Len told him the story of what happened, and he's the kind of friend that never lets anything go, ever. So I still call that to this day on pretzel sticks. I've recently transferred to a post office closer to me, and he lives in that town. And middle of winter, here I am walking down the street, and I hear yelled from a car window, pretzel sticks, and I'm just dying laughing. It's just one of the, it's my long lost friend, and I get to see him whenever I want now, and it's just one of those things where it sticks with you. Certain people like him, he never lets it go. He knows every dumb thing you've ever done, and he just reminds you to every single time he sees you. So that's what Pretzel 20 is. Pretzel 20 is spelled wrong, I know, but 20. I did it on purpose, just by the way. 20 is the year how old I was when I made the account. So that was 14 years ago. So a Yahoo account. That's what it's all about. That's what it is. So now, what I like about collecting. What don't I like about collecting? Because if you don't like every single part of collecting, then you shouldn't be a collector. Collecting is a hobby. It's a hobby. If you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't do it. If there's one part of it you just don't like, can't do, I love every single part of it. Sorting, love it. Reading the cards, love it. Looking at the cards, imagining in my mind's eye, of a player signing an on-card autograph and they actually touched the card. That still amazes me to this day. I don't know what everybody else. It amazes me to this day that I can actually touch something that a player touched. It brings me closer to the game than the average fan in my eyes. That's why I started, and that's why I've done it. I love photography. I love every aspect to the card. Something that player worn? Are you kidding me? You would have told me that when I was like 12, I would have freaking passed out. Football, there's heroes in life, but there's also football heroes. Football heroes have nothing to do with, it's some of the things that they are as person. But football heroes to me are just, you put them on an echelon. Real heroes in life should never be football players, ever. You can tell that now because half the people go to jail in football. But your real heroes in life should be fathers, brothers, sisters, someone that inspires you. America is a football crazy country, and football heroes are. Every Packer player is a football hero to me, and just to say I have something that they had something to do with, it's just mind-boggling to me. It's still mind-boggling to me. I think about it now, and just like, I got something that Bart Starr touched. Are you freaking kidding me? How do you, I mean, I guess you can put a price on it, but just that's what I love about it. I love nothing's a chore. Nothing is a chore with card collecting to me. What I like about the YouTube part of it is the person behind the cards. It's simple as that. I love the things that you're showing, but I love the person more. I'm watching you because I love all the different people's attitudes. Um, there's some that are people that are very monotone, but it just makes me laugh every single time because that's the way they are. If I would do that, you'd think I'd be on drugs or something because you wouldn't think it's me. But this is all these people have the same interest as I do, and it is so nice to find that because I live in a small town. There's not a lot of interest in card collecting in my area at all. To find people that have the same interest that I do was just absolutely awesome to me. So that's why YouTube is so great. It's the people and people with the same interest. Outstanding. Wouldn't give it up for the world. It'd have to take some kind of major crap for me to give this up. Plus these people really care. I mean, I'm in your home right now, and you click on it because you want to, because you think this is entertainment, and I find that really shocking because I'm never entertaining, but I do know my sports, and I think the people love the aspect of mine, and I think they love my stories. But that's why people watch me, and that's why I love the community. If you're one of the real homies, you already know you watch for a reason. And I really don't care who watches, but it's so to get feedback on my football weirdness is just weird to me. And everything, if that bothered me, uh, I wouldn't do it. I love every aspect of it. So all the people I watch your videos, like I said, I enjoy you first. And I love, and the other part, the one thing about YouTube that I absolutely love is when you send something to somebody and it absolutely blows their mind. That is to make someone smile. That is what I strive to do every single time I send something. I really do. I don't know that's one of the most important things to me. If I can make someone just the card is not going to mean as much to me, so it should go home. That's the saying I say all the time. The card should go home. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I know I went on forever, but that's what I love. I love going on forever. Deuces. Thanks for the contest. You're awesome.